Welcome to the Beanstalk. I'm the giant at the top. You can call me Bean, and today I got another Remnant 2 build video for you and a question. Is there anyone out there that still thinks that Remnant 1 had more build possibilities? Nah, I didn't think so. Moving on, I'm really enjoying my time with the DLC. I hope you guys are as well. It's been a long time since I had to level up an archetype, and doing so on Apocalypse was not the easiest, but I made it. For the longest, I was messing around with a gun mage build with a Ritualist and Gunslinger. It was great, but then I found some new gear and I really wanted to try it out, and this build is the end result. Guys, how about I'd already beaten the king and re-rolled the adventure before I realized I never upgraded my Spitfire. So both it and the familiar were doing base level damage. Makes me think I could have broken that hammer again before the immunity phase. But I digress. Okay, so I'm calling this my Indigo Witch build. And of course it features the new archetype, Ritualist. Simply put, the Ritualist is the master of statuses, from spreading them with the Prime perk, to dealing extra damage, to cleansing them with the Relic perk. The Ritualist did not disappoint and will hopefully shake up the meta a bit. I really like its second skill, Miasma, which inflicts enemies with all 4 statuses across a very wide AoE and does 1500 damage over 20 seconds and has a relatively short cooldown. I paired this with the Archon to really lean into the Witch theme, and I'm using Havoc form for the same reason and for its elemental damage. For guns, I'm using the Sparkfire shotgun, which is getting a lot of attention in the community right now. Merciless, Nebula, Enigma, and now Sparkfire fills the void of inflicting burning with its primary fire. Unlike those other ones though, you can switch the mod on this one. I threw one of my favorite mods on there, Familiar, with the Harmonizer Mutator. Once again, I have the Rupture Cannon with Twisting Wounds in the pistol slot to have a second bleed proc, and the mod attached is the Night Guard, which is new. It summons 2 ethereal swords, and these things can inflict curse, so we can have up to 5 statuses at once. Although, to be honest, I don't know what curse does in this context, but I'll take it. This isn't a melee build, but I have Smolder with a new Stormbringer mod, which increases the status effect damage applied by melee attacks by 25%. I'm using the new amulet, Gift of the Melancholy, which boosts all damage by 25%, but my stamina is at 100% for 7 seconds. Of course, I paired this with the Bisected Ring, which grants infinite stamina, so I have the bonus up all the time. This ring does increase the damage received by 15%, so I drank an armor concoction to help compensate. The skill Miasma pairs perfectly with the Ahani Crystal, which boosts all damage by 20% when all 4 traditional statuses are up. I have a lot of different damage sources, and Burden of the Destroyer boosts all of them by 15%, although it does shorten the effective range of the guns. The last ring, Burden of the Sciolist, reduces ammo reserves by 25%, but increases mod and skill damage by 15%. When I picked up this ring, I knew I had to use it with Archon. And the downside isn't as bad as it may seem, because the Ritualist team perk, Terrify, makes terrified enemies more likely to drop ammo. And that's the build, but before I go, I wanted to say thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I do here, please like, comment, and subscribe so I can keep it up and grow the channel. That's going to do it for the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Later, gamers.